Hey, welcome back to Bible and Blues, and once again we are in the car, so life's got really busy. But I'm doing this video for a very specific reason. I only have a few minutes here, but um, well, first off, just so you know, my stand that I held my phone with before, my phone holder in my car, it broke, so I'm doing this by hand. That's one of the reasons I haven't done much of these videos lately. But one of my videos was I got a response video and a review by a guy named Godless Cranium, you know, and to be fair, he really kind of eviscerated my video, and that's fine. I'm not I could respond to his step by step if I chose to. Right now I don't have time to, and part of the reason I don't have time to is because all the comments that showed up on that video, I went from a video that had about 60 views to is well over 300 right now, which for me is huge. And so I'm a very, very tiny channel. Christian channels don't get anywhere near as much as your acidic non-Christian videos. I mean, I suppose if I was more acidic and more of a jerk, I probably gets more views. Anyway, so sell your soul for the world, right? But there's a lot of comments, and I was responding for a period of time, and it gets overwhelming very quickly because there is so much. And some of you guys who are like, why aren't you responding to me? Why aren't you responding to me? So I've decided to make some videos here, just a few, regarding that. I only have a few minutes before work, so we're going to touch a couple of subjects. First off, y'all have seen this right here, right? My headliner. Okay, yeah. Bugs the crap out of me too, guys. But I'm a family man. I have a 40-hour-a-week job plus all the commuting time. I have a wife that's severely disabled in a wheelchair. I have a teenage son. I have house payments. I have a house to maintain. Guess who's making dinner every single night, right? So I don't have time to take care of that crap, okay? So, and, this is kind of an expensive fix, really. And guess what? Insurance doesn't cover that. So, bugs the crap out of me, but until I get a tax return big enough to take care of it, that's what it is, okay? This is also a wheelchair accessible van that I bought and paid a fair amount for it several years ago because it has a 10-inch lowered floor and it has a ramp on it for the wheelchair. Have to have it in order to get my wife anywhere, okay? And that's just what it is, unless I want to use Access and rely on them. They have the bus service around here has a thing called Access, so I could rely on that. Really, it's feasible, but very difficult. So I have the van, and the van is already, it's almost 20 years old. So, problems like this, they're going to happen. And eventually I'll probably take care of it. Don't know when, don't know how much it's going to cost. Part of life, okay? So that was one thing. One of the things I want to talk about is that I made a promise to myself that I broke. One of the promises I made was that when I'm responding, I was only going to be responding in light of the video that was made. I was only going to be talking about, it's like the subject was this. And so if other concepts come up in the questions, I would respond with, that wasn't part of the video, I'm not going to answer that at this time. And I broke that promise with this, with these responses. And so therefore I have to back off some. So if you were asking a question that had nothing to do with that particular video, like you asked the question, can you prove to me in your Bible that your Bible is true? Well, rarely do I use the Bible with proof, but also rarely do I deal with the concept of Christianity is the only theistic choice that you could make, or the right one. I actually don't do that. Typically, my videos are, do you believe in God? My concept, if I'm going to bring you to Jesus, first, you have to have some sort of a belief that there is a God in the first place. Whether you believe in him from a deistic point of view, where he started the whole thing spinning and bowed out, or what? Okay, so that's actually the first thing I want to address. The second one, and I'm going to be ending this video shortly after this. However, I want to talk about the whole concept of proof through miracles. Okay? Proof through miracles. I mean, there's the problem with that, first off, is that, that's treating God as your little magic show, your little trickster, your little, cool, and, there are passages in the Bible that say that God will do things for a righteous man. But then we also learn, okay, that none are good except but one, that Jesus really is the only righteous one. Okay, so so there's your dichotomy in the situation. On the one hand, God said that the man with faith the size of a mustard seed could tell a mountain, go over there, and it would move. But for practical reasons, thankfully, we don't do. He doesn't really do that. Can you imagine that one? Every time an atheist would say, "Prove it," I'd have to move Mount Rainier around. What the heck would that do to? How about the lava that's residing underneath there? Where would it go without that cap on top? Totally wrong thing on there, because there's consequences. Okay, so other miracles that can be pointed to. Now, people are like, well, why don't miracles happen anymore? Why don't we read about miracles? Why don't we know about miracles? Miracles don't ever really happen. Okay, that's an incorrect thinking as well. The problem is that I don't hear about miracles unless I go searching for them. Okay, searching for miracles, miracles of healing, things like that. And you're thinking wrong about the purpose for miracles as well. However, if you ask doctors, okay, do you believe in miracles? You'll get a majority that say yes, they believe in miracles of healing. Okay, why is that? They're the ones that are right there. They're the ones that are saying this person was diagnosed with a terminal illness. I got to change hands here. This person was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and now they're healed. I mean, for no particular reason. We can't understand why. That would be a miracle. That would be something outside of the realm of possibility. There's other miracles that happen. If you want a list of them with documentation about them, I would suggest you get the books by Craig Keener. Okay, it's a 2-volume set. It's over 1,000 pages of writing of documented miracles around the world. Okay, miracles that are documented by doctors and documented with science. You have examinations, you have tests, you have blood work. All are in there for the healing. There's other miracles that are in there as well. So there's miracles of nature, there's miracles of healing, and things like that. I'm going to get this thing a little bit close. Anyway, I'm not used to holding it. I'm sorry it's a little bit shaky. I do have the stabilization on, but I've had a lot of coffee this morning. So my time's running out. I got to get going, but be sure to like, subscribe, and remember that my whole point of comments that I respond to, I need to, especially when you get 100 comments in, I could spend hours every single day talking back and forth with you guys. And if I had that kind of time, if I was a wealthy individual who didn't have to go to work, or a disabled individual who could live off of the state, who could just spend his time doing this. I can't. I have a house payment. I have all this stuff. I have to go to work. Speaking of which, I have to go to work now, so be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you're following, and if you're doing this on VidMe, throw me a tip. If you're watching this on VidMe, they have the tip jar. Please throw that in there. Maybe I'll, if I get enough money, maybe it'll, go to taking care of this headliner. You never know. So, God bless. Talk to you guys later, and we'll see what happens in the comment section of this one, huh?